that feels brisk. Oh, that feels great. Oh, man. Man, that's why I feel so good. I should just do the entire video off camera. I don't want to do that, though. All right. Hold on a second. I could have done that this entire video off camera, but we don't take the camera off of the talent now, do we? Boy, that was great. Oh, man. I'll tell you what, I wasn't feeling awake before. I'm awake now. Oh, boy. That felt amazing. Well, let me set this down so I can get dried off and get some water out of my ears. Right, I have a low and high and active kindness to talk about. There we go. A little table right there. So, regarding my low, I really hope that, because here's the thing, yesterday was really cloudy, which is really sad because outside of the fact it was cloudy, it was actually a pretty solid day out. A nice warm, like 82 degree day, but it was also really humid, so it felt warmer than it probably was. And like yesterday would have been the perfect day to come up to the lake. Or, come up to any of the Finger Lakes, really. But again, the clouds. So here's the thing. The weather got to be so unsure, especially in my home area. Darn it. Hold on. Fixing the towel. There we go. The weather got to be so, unsure in terms of what was going to happen. Because of all the clouds, no one knew if it was, going to rain or not or something. And, okay, to put things in... I cannot talk. Can you tell I'm really excited about today? But I'll get to that in a minute. Yesterday, the weather got to be so unsure that you had some major events going on back in the 607 that were either canceled or forget it, we're going to do it anyway, come rain or shine. Like an example, the city of Corning had a really big event planned, right? Called, I think it's called Bites on the Bridge, where a whole bunch of different vendors and local people gather around the entirety of Bridge Street in Corning. But because no one knew what the weather was going to be like, they had to cancel the event. Meanwhile, Alive After 5 was going on in Elmira at the Rye Bar and Grill. And they're like, no, we're going to do it. We're having this thing. I mean, they unveiled the new patio. Well, I would say just for Alive After 5, but I mean, sorry, it feels like I got wire in my ear, excuse me. There we go. I think I got it out. They unveiled the patio specifically for Alive After 5, but if it's anything like Illegal Tap House, if it's successful, they're gonna open it again and hope for other big events and stuff. So again, weather-wise, yesterday was a bit of a mixed bag, and it's a real shame too, because it's beautiful up here. I mean, again, maybe I am a bit biased because I love Cuca Lake and I'd come up here no matter what the weather was. But seriously, if you thought yesterday deterred you, there's still time to get up early, get up here, and enjoy your day because, I mean, it's gorgeous out here. Look at that. But again, my high is the fact I'm up here. I went back to main deck last night. I'll talk about that. I'm also really excited for a huge event I'm about to go to later today. I'm really excited about that. And my act of kindness was before I did my video. I did a few household chores. I blew off the front and back patio of our cottage as well as watered the flowers. So yesterday I went back to main deck since I think it was a little bit before July that I went. So maybe about 2 months ago roughly. And I wanted to try something different, but I also at least wanted to try something I had last time too. So the thing I wanted to try again was the I'm not, the towel's falling off me. I'm just going to, hold on a second. Just going to set the towel right there. I mean, I'm good. Actually, I was in the water. I feel almost completely dry. Oh, my trunks are still a little wet, but it's, they're wet clothes, and you gotta wash them in the dryer for them to feel, dry and stuff. Anyway, so I had to try that pork belly again at main deck, and that was still really good. But then I saw the specials, and there was like a fish fry. There was Prince Edward Island mussels. I think that's what PEI stood for. And the fish of the day was like a rolled fluke, which, here's what's funny. The pork belly actually costs more than the fish fry or the mussels. I mean, I've said this before, seafood really isn't that filling. So again, you got like a whole bunch of mussels, but like the thing you're eating is like this small. So you're not really, it was a good meal. I tell you what though, those mussels might have been the best mussels I ever had. Like, no joke. Like, the one thing I regret from having them is I wish I asked for like extra bread. Because like when I've had mussels, they give you like that toasted bread that you dip into the like buttery sauce or whatever. Or I wish I asked for a spoon. Seriously, I would have drank that sauce if I was left to my devices. Fish fry, pretty good. When it's hot and fresh, it's clearly the best. And I won't quite say it was as good as Lakeside, but still very good. Like, yeah, like, you go to main deck for the fish fry, do it. It's solid. Lakeside's was just a slight bit better, which is saying a lot because, Lakeside's the best fish fry I ever had, and main deck really isn't that far off. So that's saying a lot. So whether you go to main deck or Lakeside, if you go for fish fry, you're in for a good time. And I mentioned that the pork belly was still good. And then for dessert, I went to Seneca Farms for some ice cream. Yeah, I think I'm making it, like, if ever I go to dinner in Penn Yan, I am so getting Seneca Farms ice cream for dessert. Like, man, I tell you what, that corn fritter sundae, it might just be my favorite sundae of all time. That or the Elvis sundae from the Dairy Barn. Those places are, like, those sundaes are awesome. For those of you who don't know, the corn fritter sundae is, they make corn fritters, like deep fried pieces of corn and batter that they form in like a little ball. They deep fry it. They put that in a sundae, and they're still hot, so they put like the cold ice cream in there, and it kind of melts. And they have this like maple walnut sauce they put on top of that with whipped cream and cherry. Oh, it's incredible. I love that. I love that sundae. It's I'm just here. It's totally worth the $12. It totally is. A bit pricey, but I don't care. It's worth it. Speaking of sundaes, the Elvis sundae, for those Elvis Presley, love peanut butter and bananas. So basically, an Elvis sundae is a sundae with peanut butter and bananas. Which, I like peanut butter. I like bananas. There's no reason why you shouldn't like the sundae. But yeah, this was, it was a good meal I had last night. And honestly, I came back here contemplating what I'm going to be doing today. Some of the stuff I planned on doing, I already done. Again, the household chores, blowing off the front and back patio, watering the flowers. I did all that. And you guys heard that too, right? It sounded like some road rage is going on, something like that. Anyway, where was I? Right, I was talking about it today. Did this video. Of course, after I do this video, I have something to prepare for. Cause straight up, Estornez and Boy is back, baby. I'm going. Like, they have a huge event going on at the Arnott Mall, which, yeah, it does seem kind of silly that I drove all the way up here, and in a couple hours, I'm going to drive all the way back home to go to the mall. But they're my friends. They're good people. I mean, the clothes always look amazing. I mean, I hope they get a men. I mean, they're teasing a men's line. I hope they get it soon. Like seriously, I think I'd make for a solid model for those clothes. I mean, I don't have like ripped abs or anything, as you can clearly see, but you know, I'm solid. You know, kind of been losing some weight. Pretty sure I'm less than $190, so that's pretty solid, right? So I'm doing pretty good. But seriously, this event I'm going to is going to be huge. Like, there's going to be a fashion show. There's going to be a whole bunch of different vendors. Fabulous clothes. Yeah, I'm excited. Plus, some of my friends who are there are also working as vendors too. So, I have a few gifts for them. It's going to be awesome. So, yeah, after I do this video and upload it, the only thing I really got to do is just prepare to go back home. Only to come back up here later. This might be the most gas I've used in my car in forever. In like the span of a 24-hour day. Or in the span of 24 hours. So, yeah, my plans are set. But, there's something else I want to do today. Something I've been teasing for quite a while. Something that I will admit I probably talked on and off more than I probably should. But today's the day I'm going to do it. It's something that I've said before, it terrifies me. This is real talk, right? I'm not trying to be funny about it. Like, this legit terrifies me. But it's the sort of thing where, you know, if it didn't scare me, then I wouldn't be ready to do it. And because I am scared, that's why I have to do it. You know, sometimes you got to go past some bad stuff to get to some good. And the bad stuff would obviously be, you know, the fact I'm nervous and fear of a negative outcome, obviously. It's something that I've been teasing for quite a while where, okay, straight up, outside of July 29th, 2023, it's been a good year. I dare say, almost great. Now, doing this, now, regardless of whether or not I'm successful at what I'm going to try and do today, by the end of this year, I would still say it was a great year because I've done the thing I want to do today. So, no worries there. I really am that confident. By the end of this year, I will say that 2023 is a great year. No question. You know, come December 31st, you know, when I do that last live log of the calendar year, I'm going to say, you know what? 2023 was a great year. That's what I'm hoping to do. Today's the day I validate that. It is. It totally is. Of course, you know, I mentioned whether or not I'm successful. And I've said this before. I really do not think what I'm about to do is going to happen. I really think it's going to be the one outcome I'd rather not hear. However, there's two reasons why I'm doing it. One, obviously, I hope I'm wrong. Obviously, I mean, it's one thing that you hope you're wrong about. The other thing is, from January of 2022 to quite literally September of 2022, all I did was let heartbreak dictate how I felt. And believe me, there are times I tried to move on, but I still couldn't help thinking about it. And then came July 29th. The worst day of this whole year for me, where my heartbreak came full circle. And it was probably the most heartbreaking day of this whole year for me. It was. But you know what? Today's a new day. It's a brand spanking new day. You know, at the end of the day, I still see the water. I still see the sky. You know, this isn't some form of, pardon the language, hell. This ain't the afterlife. Today's a brand new day. The sun is shining. And today's the day I do it. That's why when I do this thing I'm going to do today, I am going to do all I can to make the outcome more in my favor. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to shower, get cleaned off. I know I just jumped in the lake, but come on, jumping in the lake doesn't signify you're clean. Really jumping in the lake, whenever I jump in the lake in these videos, it's really to get rid of my bedhead. And because you guys really like it if the water was cold and I have a crazy reaction to it. I suffer for my art. So my point is, I'm going to shower. I'm going to look nice to do what I'm about to do today. And I'm going to go to what I'm about to do today. Stand tall at 6'4", with poise, with dignity. And if the outcome isn't as good as and if the outcome isn't what I want to hear, I'll take some pride that I tried. It certainly shouldn't make me feel as bad as it did on July 29th, I can assure you of that. But also, it's time. I think it's about time I asked her out. So, to one of my best friends, you better be ready to tell me what your address is, because one way or another, actually, there really is only one way this could go. Well, the point is, I really hope I wind up giving you $20. And if nothing else, I've got this going for me. I love being up here. So peaceful, quiet. See some fishermen back there. You know what? This really is a perfect day to ask out a girl. And that's what I'm going to do. I hope y'all liked this video. If you did like it, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me on social media. As always, I am very humble about today's video. For all of you guys watching, enjoy for your day. And hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Saturday. Oh, I forgot to do happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, everyone. And remember, if any of you guys want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend, and I'll always have your back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.